What's going on, guys? So I know I haven't uploaded in a while, but I'm gonna try and get back to uploading now. But so this video is going to be about some Doomfist things. I've been playing around with Doomfist on First Point Eichenwald because of the tower rollout over there for the 125 slam on choke. I was practicing that, and I discovered some things. It's the first one. And most of these can be, actually all of these can be done without any cooldown lessening. This one, it's inconsistent, but I feel like if you hit it right, it will do a lot of damage. So if you uppercut, punch off this roof, hold forward, and I messed it up. Okay, so this is gonna take a lot longer than I thought, and that's gonna be a lot of editing. Oof. So you stand up on here to get up. This is just the robot, and I would recommend doing this off of first as soon as possible because this is a very defensive spot. It will rarely ever be used on offense. Actually, I don't think it will ever have a use on offense. But and then you uppercut, punch, avoid the hole, seismic. And if you do it right, which in that case I didn't, you can get uppercut off cooldown, but you do have to punch at a very specific spot on the building, like right there. Because you can find your way over here, and then you have enough time for the uppercut to come off cooldown. This one is probably my favorite and the most consistently viable, as long as the enemy team doesn't stun you in your initial punch. Now, you can do it from on that ledge, but you need to waste uppercut, and that takes away a pretty good amount of damage from your combo. So, jump, charge your punch, and then you can, yeah, do that. I like that one, personally. I think that one's going to be the most consistently viable. And that one's for if you don't know how to do the tower rollout, which isn't super hard. But a lot of people expect that and will deliberately position away from this area, which is where you're most of the time going to get your seismic off the 125 tower. And doing that one will allow you to put your seismic in these areas where it's a lot harder to dodge. It's a little riskier, but I think it's going to be a little more consistent. And it's still a 125 slam, doesn't require as much practice. Again. Can we just pretend that didn't happen? That would be a gamer moment. Again, we're just gonna do it one more time, just to be sure. Charge your punch, jump. Alright, you got it the first time. Okay. Another one is a diagonal punch onto the high ground. This one is for offense, to deal with enemy, like, widows and stuff. Jump. Seismic, and then you can just do your combo from there. Obviously, you know, the people know the meteor strike up under the tower and get your 125 side. Okay, that's a bad example. This one's not very competitively viable, I don't think, because it's kind of hard to do. You have to use uppercut. It's really easy to get caught out of position. It's just generally not as viable. But it gives you a 125 seismic on point if you're high ground. Defensive spot again, but you know. Deal with snipers on defense. So that, like, if your team gets pushed back to here and the enemy gets free reign of this ledge as Doom, come up on payload. Right? Punch here. Enemy sniper's dead. This is one a lot of people I think is really underrated, is meteor striking up here and then going for the 125. If your team is able to, getting a fight in here can be very beneficial. There's this rollout, which I'm gonna fail this. I will warn you. Oh no, I didn't. Which, if you're feeling cocky, you can do that and probably punch an enemy as they come through choke. But there's a pretty good chance you'll get punished for that. You can, if I'm not mistaken, you can punch off that. They might have Took that one out though. I think you can punch off this. You can get onto this. Kind of useless though. Enemy snipers up there. If you you go high ground, right? Somehow they don't kill you. Like, say for example, you see the Widow going up those stairs to get a position up here. You can go up here, and obviously I didn't time it right, but you can surf along this and get up there as a diagonal punch. You see, you can't just jump it. You do have to time it or use your uppercut. Please. They might have actually, yeah. See, you can get up here, and then you can. A Widow against a Doom is never gonna win the close range duel. Just little couple things. Some things I know. Second point. Similar concept. Uppercut up here. I screwed it up, but you can diagonal punch up onto that ledge to avoid the enemies here. You can diagonal punch off this. I didn't do it quite right. I think I jumped a little early, but you can get up there and annoy people. You don't have to not use you usually shouldn't have to use uppercut. I'm just not super good at the diagonal punch tech. I like this. You can punch off that, and it allows you to stall your slam. You can punch off that and get a bigger slam than you would normally be able to. You can punch off these and get a bigger slam than you would normally be able to. Eichenwald is a very good map for Doom. I messed it up, but it's a very good map for Doom in general because of how much you can do with the rollout potential of Doom's abilities. This one's probably the hardest one to do, if I can even remember how to do it. And then you can... I messed it up, obviously, but we're gonna switch to blue team so I can try and show you this one. If you do it right, you can get a 125 slam on the bridge. I obviously messed it up in that instance, however, it is possible. It's rarely going to be done and is hardly ever effective, but when it is effective, it's pretty cool. Of course, you can get up here, but this pot isn't really all that viable for Doom because you can't do much. Like, you can get a 111 slam off it, but other than that, you make yourself really, really vulnerable to do it. So, generally speaking, I recommend avoiding that. Of course, you've got your standardized Doomfist rollout. You come up on over here, and then you can rest yourself in this little corner for a second, and then seismic, so you have enough time to get your uppercut back. In that instance, I actually did it really well. I managed to get it in the middle, but I still prefer this one because you don't have to. You can still just annoy them without even doing the rollout, and you play with your team a lot better through this one. And you can get back here, which is actually something I just discovered. I had no idea you could do that. I think you can do something with this roof. This is kind of random, but there are a lot of things you can do on Eichenwald, and some of them you'd think you wouldn't be able to do something with a lot of them, and you would be able to do something with a lot more of them than you are actually able to. But there is still a lot of potential for Doomfist, like diagonal punches and things like that. I still really love this one. That one, I love it with... Oh, I just love it. I've never seen this used in a game, so I'm not sure if this is something people don't know about, or if they just don't consider it viable. A good sniper, granted, will probably be able to kill you, because you are in a very predictable trajectory, but a lot of them just get scared. Oh, you can get a 65 off it. That is something you did not know. As for the discontinuation of the Overwatch for Dummies series, I've been trying to get that a couple times, but the DPS, it's taken me a really long time to get all the necessary information for the DPS one, because there are so many DPS heroes. This is one that I like. Do a little punch off that. I think, did I show you this one already? I think I did. Another way to get back here and annoy that Ana or Zenyatta that sits back here. I think probably more likely an Ana, because Zenyatta's play just behind the team's shields so they can get their damage out. I think that's it. Unless there's one that I'm missing. I feel like I'm missing something. I definitely feel like I've forgot about one specific. I messed up a punch. Cancel, but I feel like I'm missing something. Like I forgot one. I guess I didn't. I don't know. Today's video will probably be a double upload because I have a clip I'd like to show you guys that I recorded a while ago, but never actually posted because I forgot to. Oh yeah, you can do that. That's what I was forgetting. That's what I was forgetting. You can do that. Good for annoying pesky snipers. I don't know how in the world I got a 107 slam off that though. That is unknown to me. You can do this, but for some reason I couldn't seismic. I must not have done the cancel right or something. But anyway, that's gonna be the video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like. If you really liked it, make sure to subscribe. And if you disliked it, like you don't like the context of me just giving you rollouts, things like that. If you prefer just straight up regular old gameplay, just say that and I can understand. Because, you know, some people, they don't like these types of videos, which is perfectly understandable. They can get very boring. But I was just messing around on Eichenwald, and I found a couple things that I thought were pretty cool, that I wanted to share with you. You can do that. I like that one. That one's good. But other than that, yeah. Bye.